Bridge and I-95. Continuing through the south side here, Sherry with the FDOT, Focal One Traffic Center.
It's a speed limit ride on the East Beltway northbound, passing by State Route 9B in Bay Meadows. And to get from I-95 to Butler, that'll only take you 8 minutes.
And on the East Beltway southbound, here's Hannah Guile.
Drivers heading through Arlington, I'm taking a live look at the traffic maps, and they're showing very few cars on the road. A speed limit 11-minute drive will get you from Heckscher, across the Dames Point Bridge, and down to JTB.
With Jacksonville's most frequent traffic, I'm Brian Riley.
It's 7:50 as Carathon 2020 continues, and every single dollar that we raise from the Child Cancer Fund of Northeast Florida, number one, stays in your community. Number two, helps families that are in the cancer fight, 115 or so every year who get the diagnosis of pediatric cancer. Number three, no amount is too small. Every dollar counts. It can be stretched a very, very long way. It's why Clark Howard believes in the Child Cancer Fund. And if you missed hearing the news on Monday, Clark made a generous $10,000 donation for kids like Preston, who's now a young man with facial hair. Preston, good to see you there, buddy. Where are you going to school these days?
I'm at Jacksonville University right now.
Awesome. So what year are you in now?
So I'm going into my sophomore year of graphic design major.
All right.
So,
You had a very, very odd freshman year, I would imagine, with the pandemic and everything. What was that like for you?
well, obviously, first semester was great. I enjoyed, meeting new people and just, enjoying the college life. And then, second semester, just halfway through, cut it off. We got sent home, and it was weird finishing the process from home, for sure. But, we got through, and I'm excited we are going to be back on campus this semester, so that's exciting. It's definitely going to be different.
When did your cancer journey begin?
When I was two, I was diagnosed with acute cancer.
That's one of the more common ones that I hear from parents.
Now, we've unfortunately been seeing resurgences of COVID-19 across the world. How quickly can OPEC sort of restart that pot if it looks that demand is going to diminish again?
I think that is the number one challenge for OPEC right now. I think everyone was caught off guard by the major contraction in demand that we saw in April. So the question is, will OPEC be nimble enough to deal with any major change in the demand outlook?
From the consumer's perspective, it looks like we're going to have more oil than we are currently using. Are we going to see gas prices relatively cheap for the time being?
It looks like we're sort of in this kind of range for prices for now. Key things to watch will be, again, what is the pace of the recovery in a key market like Asia? What is the trajectory for the virus? I mean, U.S. drivers are 10% of the whole market. U.S. gasoline demand is that important to the market. So what happens in Texas will really impact where we're going in terms of gas prices.
Wayne Croft is Managing Director of Global Commodity Strategy at RBC Capital Markets. Wayne, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
A lot of banks and other big companies are reporting earnings, and many of those financial institutions are preparing for more COVID-19 related defaults. And they're setting aside a bunch of cash in case that comes to fruition. Barclays' Mary Elsinora has more on how that could impact the country's economic recovery overall.
A month ago, it looked like the economy was on path to recovery, like we could start to get there. But now, with the virus spreading so quickly, and businesses shutting down again, and federal relief money running out, banks are getting more pessimistic about the future. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and Citigroup all said they're setting aside billions of dollars, anticipating that their customers are going to default on their loans. Here's Greg McBride at Bankrate.com.
As we've seen a surge in cases as states reopen, that's a setback to the economic recovery. And I think you're seeing that reflected in the amount that banks are reserving for bad loans.
And this pandemic comes at a time when American consumers and companies have taken on record amounts of debt. I'm Mary Elsinora.
too, but Peacock will have Jurassic Park, Godfather trilogy, Parks and Rec, and tens of thousands of hours of classic content. Let's face it, people need more stuff to watch right now.
Might be a finish Netflix. Watch everything. So we're starting to branch out.
Wedbush analyst Michael Pachter says with people watching so much more content during the pandemic, there's more room for new players to get a toehold, even as biggies like Netflix expand their reach. In recent months, consumers have increased the number of streaming subscriptions they pay for, says Steve Mason of Parks Associates.
There will become that breaking point at some point against the backdrop of issues that people are experiencing because of COVID, that they're going to have to start weighing which services to keep, which ones to shed.
Peacock could have an advantage there with its free service, though first consumers will have to be able to in ongoing contract negotiations, the app isn't available on Roku or Amazon Fire, the two most popular streaming devices in America. I'm Megan Great-Rito for Marketplace.
We also get Netflix earnings tomorrow, so we might have a better sense of things on the streaming front then. The Marketplace Morning Report is interested in how inequality can play out with families in a household or among generations of the same family. Did the pre-COVID economy fail some members of your family while rewarding others? We'd love to hear from you. Email us. We look at all of them, I swear. Use the address morningreport@marketplace.org. In Austin, I'm Andy Euler with the Marketplace Morning Report. From APM, American Public Media.
I find that I am often talking in like-minded circles.
And that's why I signed up for this, is because I wanted to get to know somebody who is on the other side of the spectrum.
WJCT invites you to meet someone you don't agree with politically and get to know their story. It's part of a national project called StoryCorps. Sign up at WJCT.org/OSS. StoryCorps' One Small Step is made possible in part by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, a private corporation funded by the American people.
Turntable Tuesday can now be heard on Anthology on the WJCT app and 89.9 HD3. For the best on vinyl, listen to Anthology Tuesdays at 9. Turntable Tuesday, part of the Jacksonville Music Experience.